welcome to the channel, guys, and welcome to Combarro, a tiny but very picturesque little town in Galicia, which you will find in the northwest of Spain. If you are new here, my name is Malin, and behind the camera is my husband Alex, and we're currently traveling and living full-time in our self-converted camper van here in Spain.
So this little town of Combarro is famous for its little granaries, which are called héroes, or héroes, I don't know, something like that in Spanish. Yeah, they're really cool. They're used for storing, or they were traditionally used for storing wheat, onions, potatoes, and different things to keep them away from humidity and animals. And it's the little streets around the city are really cool to walk around, all little stone buildings with kind of alleyways to walk under. It's a pretty impressive place. It's probably the most touristy place that we've been for a little while, I think. So it's a bit of a surprise to see so many people, but yeah, it's nice to check out.
So traveling around in Spain in our van, we don't really have a plan. We make plans maybe a little bit every week, where we're going to go tomorrow, where we're going the day after tomorrow. And now when we're in Galicia, I googled pretty villages in Galicia, and this one came up. There were loads of villages. There are tons of pretty little fishing villages, and this seemed to be the most spectacular or the most special one, so obviously had to come here. But what we didn't expect, because we've hardly seen any tourists, like Alex said, in Galicia, except for local tourists, it is so touristy. There are people everywhere asking you to come into their shop or go up to their viewpoint that they have on their rooftop, souvenir shops. It's weird, we haven't seen these kind of touristy places for so long now.
Close your eyes, get some rest. I'm by your side, lay your head on my chest. I know you've had it's gonna be okay.
We've got some drone shots for you guys, well, for ourselves as well, of this lovely little village, Combarro. I think I'm saying that right. And we heard some sirens going off in the distance. And actually, when we were in a camping spot earlier during the day, I flew a drone briefly, just for a couple of minutes, to get a few shots of where we were staying. But about 20 minutes later, lots of guardias showed up, Guardia Civil, and I don't know, we just thought it was something to do with only being able to stay 24 hours in the parking, whatever. We didn't really think much of it. And then when we came down here to this little village that we're actually driving through right now, we flew the drone again. Another 20 minutes later, after we'd done that, the guardias rode up again and started driving around on the beach, looking at people. They were asking some people some questions, probably if they'd seen anyone flying a drone. And then eventually, I don't know, some guy pointed me out, I guess, and they came over to us and asked, and obviously said yes. And it turns out, even for the Mavic Mini 249 grams, if it's got a drone has got a camera on it, or a microphone or anything like that, you need to have it registered or have a license, which you can get for free on a website, which I would do, obviously. Anyway, apparently there was some bunch of restrictions. I went and wasn't flying correctly. There was an area that wasn't on the DJI Fly Safe app that I nearly infringed on. I don't know, I'm not entirely sure.
The question is, are we flying for recreational reasons or commercial? Because he asked if we had a YouTube channel.
Yeah, and well, yeah, we do. And
we are monetized.
We are monetized, as little as we get, we are monetized. So technically we should do it for professional or commercial, whatever it is.
Which means you would need a permit.
Well, they took pictures of the serial number and the controller number as well. So
they came on with sirens on.
I mean, I don't know.
Where are we going?
Playa Lanzada. Right?
Probably full of people.
Yeah, probably full. It's weekend, but there's a huge car park, absolutely enormous car park there. So I don't think we need to worry about getting a space, but it might be chock-a-block. But the beach looks absolutely beautiful. I mean, I don't know how long we're going to stay. There might be a limit, I don't know. But yeah, we'll show you guys when we get there.
The world could fall down, it's gonna be okay. The sun could go out.
What's going on?
I don't know, I mean, it's just a car on this side. Look, we're going to go past it now, have a look. Weird.
What happened there? What do you think happened? That was so weird.
I mean, that car was wrecked, so you're not going to be driving that again, but I mean, it's just, how did it end up inside? I couldn't see another car that was in the collision, just the one car on its side with a bumper, bottom bumper, and the two back wheels completely ripped off. I've seen some weird stuff in Spain with cars on their sides and things. I don't know what people do. I don't know.
Okay guys, we have arrived to what is supposed to be a beautiful beach. I think it's called Playa de Lanzada or Playa de Lanzada in Spanish. We're a bit underwhelmed. We're in a huge parking lot and that seems to be a thing in Spain, and it's particularly up here in the northwest of Spain for us who are traveling in camper vans. Unless we want to be illegal and not follow the law. And the law is quite complicated. You don't really know what the law is in each region. The national law is different from the regional ones.
I think our experience hitchhiking across the world, every night, pretty well, not every night, but most nights we slept in the middle of nowhere in our tent, and you know, you just had nature around, woke up with cows and sheep walking around. I'd like to have that, but it doesn't feel possible. Maybe we need to try harder, do some Google satellite view research, try to find spots, but with the app Park for Night, this is what you seem to get.
So this is just half of it. It's a huge parking lot, and then it's the same the other way, but full of cars.
It's the next morning. We were planning on taking you down to the beach yesterday when we arrived, but in the end we just went for a walk on our own. And this morning we were also going to take you down, but look what has happened to the weather. The sea mist has rolled in. It's only 18 degrees. Just a few days ago it was 34, 35 degrees, so what a big difference. It's only going to be 21 maximum today. And actually this car park yesterday was half full all the way to here. Today, however, the cars that have arrived in the morning are all leaving already, so I guess it will be quite empty on the beach. We're going to go for a little stroll, get some exercise, and enjoy this sea mist and 18-degree weather.
We're down at the beach, finally. We did come down this morning just to go for a walk, but you couldn't see the beach. It was incredibly foggy, although there were many people walking. The good thing with this morning was that the tide was quite low, so there was so much space. This beach, by the way, is called Playa de Lanzada or Playa de Lanzada, and it's long. It's 2.5 kilometers. Gorgeous beach if you could see it. Now it's high tide, so all you can see up from this viewpoint, which we thought were a good idea to come up to actually show you the beach, but you're only seeing the grass and the dunes and not the actual beach. But I think you can get the gist of what it actually looks like. I'm not sure if we're going to come down here for low tide because that's at
2 a.m. or something.
2 a.m. in the morning. It will be pretty dark and we will probably be sound asleep. So
hopefully.
And tomorrow we're not really sure what we're going to do. We might stay here or we might go somewhere else. No idea. Anyways, we made it down. The weather has cleared up a bit. We're going to walk over to another viewpoint, and hopefully we can get a little bit of a better view there, and you will see how full of people this beach is, like all the other beaches all around Spain.
There have been many places that we've visited on this trip so far, especially in the north of Spain and as well in the south of Spain. They have these dunes, and in these dunes live a bunch of different species of birds, and often they're protected. You're only allowed to walk on these wooden pathways because apparently they nest in the sand there and they have their eggs in the sand. So obviously you go traipsing around inside, you're going to break these birds' eggs, and we don't want to be cracking eggs anywhere, do we guys? So yeah, I think it's a really nice thing that they have this whole area preserved and in many places in Spain, and you know, it's good to see some conservation efforts going on.
And everywhere where you find these places, there will be signs like this showing you what kind of birds are living in the specific areas.
And you won't understand shit because it's all in Gallego. Although if you speak Spanish, you can get the gist of it. It's kind of similar. It's like a mix of Portuguese, Italian and Spanish, I think. I'm not sure. So if you speak a bit of Spanish, you can get the gist of it, at least. Yeah, lots of information.
So we're currently in the northwest of Spain. Here we have the Atlantic Ocean, but what's very interesting for me is that those rocks right out there looks exactly like the soft round rocks that you'll find on the island of Koh Tao in Thailand, and I don't think I've seen that anywhere else, so that was an interesting surprise.
Yesterday we drove 2 hours north from Praia de Lanzada to this beach, Praia de Ladinho. It's a really nice beach, it's like a kilometre long or a little bit more, and the only thing is we were looking for something a bit, you know, warmer, and the last days and the next days on the forecast here are like this, just kind of grey, cloudy, 20 degrees. Not so warm, and we want a bit more warmth and we want a bit more sun. So we're going to drive 1 hour south now. So yeah, yesterday we went up 2 hours north, and today we're going 1 hour south to another peninsula, and that beach looks really beautiful and the weather looks much better there as well.
Imagine a world where we all belong, where no one's left out, dressed in our finest, walking the walk.
Yeah, so it's been 9 days since we last picked up the camera and spoke to you guys, which was quite expected if you watched our last video. So if you're not up to date with what's going on with us and this YouTube channel, please head over and watch that one first. But don't forget to come back and watch this one afterwards. Very, very important. So in the last clip, we arrived in Playa de las Furnas, an absolutely beautiful natural beach. I think you really liked it, Alex, didn't you?
Yeah, it was nice to just find this beach that had nothing on it, you know, and it was just empty, and a beautiful beach, nice surf. If you're into surfing, I am into it, but I don't have a board. But
everyone coming there had a surfboard.
Yeah, kind of felt a bit left out, right?
Yeah, a little bit, but it was beautiful because it was a natural space. After 5 days there, it was time to move on because I had to come to this city where we are now, A Coruña, because I had to pick up my passport.
Yeah, so here we are. We've been here for a few days. Actually, we're kind of enjoying being here. It's nice to be in a city, but normally when we're in cities, the park-ups are just not great. But this park-up is really amazing because you're right on the end of almost like a peninsula that sticks out. So you have ocean all around, and it's just...
Going that? Yeah. Sorry, interrupting you
it's
there.
It's just really nice, yeah. So
it is really nice.
It's going that way, and you can walk along the beach promenade. There's a really long, nice beach. I think it's about like 2 kilometre beach.
And the promenade is above, so you can look down at all the people.
You can stare at everyone, right?
Yeah.
So as you can see, there's a long beach going all the way around, and behind here as well, which you can't see. And then you have this beach walk. Continues up here, it's a promenade, and lots of people are exercising on it.
And for being a city beach, this water is incredibly clear. You don't expect that when you're in the middle of a... I mean, it's not a huge city, but it is a city. The water is clear and it's beautiful. We haven't been in because that's not what we came here for, and we're not going to show you anything from the city center or the old town. If you're interested in seeing pictures and clips from that, head over to our Instagram on Malin and Alex.
And then the other way you have a really nice kind of headland with grassy areas, and then there's also Torre de Hércules, which is a big lighthouse on top of the hill there. So
and you can walk around it. We didn't go into it. It's €3 if you're interested to visit. Yeah, it's a great park up. One thing that has surprised me here in Galicia, actually I didn't like it from the beginning, was that as campers or van lifers or motorhome people, you're only allowed to park in certain areas. So they put 2 signs up, and there might be like 10 meters between the 2 signs, and as a motorhome you have to park there. And I didn't like that in the beginning because I felt, you know, more restricted. But when it comes to cities, that's a really, really good thing because there's always space for us.
yeah, and the park up is only a couple of kilometres walk into the city centre, so
yeah, here
so
particularly this one is really good in that sense. So yeah, our best city park up. And when it comes to the drone, you know, that happened earlier in this vlog, we haven't flown it since.
no, because on the Fly More database for DJI Mavic, it says it's fine to fly here, but then if you go on the local Spanish one, it said this whole area is like a no-fly zone.
But
so,
it's not just that. It's just that we're a bit. I think we're a bit traumatized.
Yeah, well,
by the whole situation.
I've registered now and I've got a number.
We're not going to talk so much about what's happening next because we actually don't know. We're going through some quite confusing times. There might be some big changes, but there's nothing 100%, nothing set in stone. We're still figuring things out. I'm sure that we eventually will update you guys about what's going on up here.
Up there.
And there.
Oh, not so much up here.
Not so much happening up there. Should be though. It would be good. It would be good.
It just doesn't have much. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, we always sit and we laugh and we make jokes, but at least for me on the inside here, it's a bit of a struggle at the moment. So this smile, you know, it's just, I cannot not smile on camera. That's just how it is. Anyways, we're gonna end the video here. If you made it to the end, we are super grateful. Thank you so much for hanging out with us once again. If you liked the video, don't forget to push the like button. You can write a comment below. What do you think about the fact that we got not arrested? I was going to say arrested. We didn't get arrested. That we got caught flying our drone.
A good speaking to.
Yeah.
And a bit of a warning.
Yeah, what do you think? Let us know. Has that ever happened to you? We're curious because we see all these people flying their drone in all the videos and they never seem to have any problems. So
I think we were just unlucky.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
So leave a comment below about whatever you want. Tell us about your experiences with drones, police and the military. That's very interesting because the Guardians are actually military police. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I think if you have made it over here, you might want to subscribe because why else would you be at the end of this video?
Yeah,
right?
listening to us waffle.
Exactly. As always, we waffle at the end of the video and we're stopping it now. So thank you so much for watching and we will see you in the next one. Bye!